Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Let's go.
We live. Let me get
All right, I just got the notification. We're live. Happy to be back. This is Ted Hicks, Late Night Parents. Ways to follow the show, latenightparents.com. Mr. B, you know what I'm here for. And Tony D.
What's good?
The random multi-broadcaster, a.k.a. the Knucklehead.
That's
We're back for another episode. It's been a couple of weeks, gentlemen. Wait, it says we're live.
That's my Twitch. I'm trying to fix it now.
But it's gotten to the point in the intro, I've been able to call out there's an error. And that way people think it's the same.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it. I don't know what's going on with these titles, man.
But oh, you're live. Okay. So how you guys been? It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Last stream we did, Jojo, you went in on the entire month of mixed martial arts, combat sports, boxing, wrestling, thumb wrestling, arm wrestling, all the above. I guess we'll start. How are you gentlemen doing?
Good, man.
I'm going through some things. I ain't going to front, but we're going to keep it going, man. Let's go.
You going through some things.
Going through some things.
Tony D, me and JoJo gonna hold you up in prayer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
At the altar. He's going through some things.
Yes, sir. Who God bless, no man curse.
Yes.
Amen to that. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Man.
I appreciate that.
No weapons formed against you shall prosper, my brother.
Come on, appreciate
it. You know, I mean, at this point, JoJo, anoint him or anoint your screen with a little bit of holy water for the brother Tony D.
Water near me.
Not after you wipe your nose, please. Thank you.
The prayers.
Yo, I don't know where to start with what topic to start with first. I didn't write anything down. There's just so many things. I know the greatest thing is even if we don't do an actual stream, we talk so much behind the scenes.
Yes.
And it's that chat, that thread that helps keep me going through the day. I don't know if it inspires you guys or anything, because there's a lot of funny stuff that's going on behind the scenes that don't make it to the stream, because some of the stuff is it's
not necessarily family friendly. Yes.
You know, it's a family show, but I don't know. We'll get on first. We got a lot of stuff to cover, but
not things on people on a diet either. But you know,
yo, behind the scenes in pre-pro, we were talking about Ice Cube. Been seeing Ice Cube everywhere across new media, legacy media. Ice Cube has got a beef about the big three and what the NBA is trying to do to him or his league.
Yeah.
Is this politics or is this the fact that he's going up against the WNBA at the same time? Is this the NBA trying to stifle him? What's your takes on this, gentlemen?
You got it, Joe. Go first, bro.
I think it's a little combination of the NBA. There's an outlet for other players. You know, when players leave, they could go and get in a little mix there and get a nice little paycheck. You know what I mean? And boost up the big three, you know. I also think it's a little bit of politics, you know what I mean? Because he has been out here in the forefront trying to do some things. And, you know, they upset. People upset, man. He got the people riled up, man. He's been everywhere talking about businesses and the sides and how the sides are acting. You know, he had his take on certain things. And when I sat and thought about it, because he got on the JRE, Joe Rogan, and he mentioned the Bud Light situation. He mentioned a couple other situations.
Okay.
And why would Bud Light would push, because you know they had the whole agenda thing, the Dylan Mulvaney situation there. Why would they continue to push so hard to endorse this if they're losing out on sales? And he said something that was very interesting. He goes, and when I thought about it, it was true. People are upset. You push this out. Retailers can't make money off of it. People ain't gonna want it. The retailers can't sell it. They lose out on money.
Hey,
The truck
Shady.
drivers who got to do the deliveries, they're gonna lose out. But the upper people, the higher ups, they don't lose out on anything. Their money's gonna look the same, regardless of what happens. Regardless of what business it is, everybody in the higher up gonna look the same. It's all the middlemen, all the middle class folks that have these that work under the under the umbrella, they're gonna lose out. And a lot of people paying attention to it, but some people are kind of upset. It's kind of crazy, man. It's just crazy to me. But
so upper management, executive level, investors, board of trustees, whatever, they're only concerned about the bottom line, right? Is whatever their product that they're hawking, is it making money for them? When you mention about Ice Cube, are you talking about, is this liberal media? Is this conservative media that he's gotten upset? Is this, who exactly is not happy with him? Is it Black America? Is it?
Yeah, it seems to be Black America, but a lot of Black America's upset.
Okay.
Liberal media kind of more upset, more so. You know what I mean? The Dems a little bit more upset than the Republicans, but some Republicans are a little upset because he has a couple things for them, that he doesn't quite agree with. But majority of the stuff he kind of agree with, but he's just not feeling how the Democrats have been handling things. You know what I mean? The liberals have been handling things. So he's been very vocal about it, and people are upset. People are upset.
Have you noticed? Have you noticed? And this is a question for Tony D. Have you noticed that more and more people are starting to come out one by one and saying they're not happy with how the Democrats have handled certain things? How, the pandering for votes every 4 years and everything else like that. Like me personally, I notice some of those talking points coming up, and they're coming up from some people that you expect, but some people that you might not expect. And you're like, whoa, what's happening here?
I've been seeing people complain about the Democrats definitely since Trump lost the election.
Okay.
Before Trump, while he was in office as well.
Okay.
We could even include when Obama was in office both terms. Now, we're going to complain, at least the people that I listen to and talk to, they're going to complain about the opposing party if their party isn't in office. So the conversation's been flipping 20 years I know of. When Democrats was in there complaining about Republicans, they always start in the war. Republicans in office, they complain about Democrats. We don't make no money. Republicans wasn't in office. Then we got everything. Who started the Klan? Who cost the most money? Who's spending money wrong? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? I'm seeing it all over the place. Right now, the problem against the Democrats is having a reliable candidate to run for president. We're not sure exactly which Democratic candidate to trust at this time. Right now, there is very little faith, if any at all, in any Democrat being president.
Okay.
From what I'm seeing. I dare say Trump is a shoo-in if he runs because they don't have a Democrat that'll get him.
Okay.
Biden is the best choice. Biden has always been the best choice, but right now Biden don't look too healthy or too sentient in a lot of our eyes based on what we've been seeing with a few past clips on the media, which will be here all day with that craziness. I don't know who the Democrats want to have to run. DeSantis was a front runner. He's not looking too good right now because I don't like what's going on in Florida. Buttigieg comes up. We'll listen to Brown when he talks about that whenever. There was somebody else. I forgot his name. But I don't really see a candidate strong enough to take out the public outcry and the public want of Trump to be president again. Yeah. Regardless of your political party, a lot of people, and I do mean a lot of people, want him back in office.
Okay.
Period. That end of story. I don't care if you're a fan of his or not. I don't care if you're a supporter of his or not. Honestly, if you've been around for the past 30 years, you know they've been wanting him in office. You got to beat that type of popularity. You have to beat that type of support to be president in this country right now. Hey, Sadie, how you doing?
So on online this week, I saw a video. There was 2 clips, a 3-minute clip and then a 12-minute clip of Tucker Carlson and Ice Cube, which was interesting as they were driving through South Central LA.
Oh, Lord.
And they were talking about vaccines, and they was talking about the media, and you name it. They were talking about it. And I think you take those 2 people who might not have any connections at all, but there were a few topics that tied them together.
Yes.
They might not have agreed on those topics, but there were some similarities in the thought process. Random Rick, how you doing?
What's good, Rick?
What's up? Laying tracks.
Random Rick laying tracks on the next Cube record. So it's just been funny. As we just run it back with the whole big 3. I've been seeing Cube everywhere talking about the big 3 and how it's being muted.
It is the first Black-owned major sports league. And I was watching, I'm going to go ahead and shout this out. I was watching It Is What It Is, Cam and Mason, Stat Baby. Big up to y'all. I was watching that broadcast earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
He spoke on the sponsors being the issue more than anything. I want to encourage everybody to watch that clip. He broke it down himself in his words. He doesn't have anything against the WNBA. There's nothing going on. There's no competition. They all trying to get the same thing. But the sponsors of the NBA and the supporters of the NBA are the biggest resistance right now. For the big 4. Yeah, and that's just all of this to it. I didn't realize it's been 6 years. Big 3's been running. The way they do their offense, he kind of lets them do the wrong thing or whatever. It was good what he was saying. It was. I think it should be supported. It's growing. It's gaining the fan base. You've got players that are pretty much taking care of each other and running things. See y'all going on. See Random Rick doing too much. I want to see it work. Yeah, I want to see it work. One of my coworkers.
I don't want to be mean. Come on, man.
But I think the sponsors are beholden to the NBA.
Yeah,
that's what
the
it
NBA
is.
is the bread and butter. Now the NBA is not going nowhere. The big 3 is coming up. I don't see the big 3 as a threat yet, if at all. And I'll be honest, and I will say threat. I don't see them as a threat. Could they cut something? Yes, absolutely. But I don't see it as a threat at all right now.
But how could it be a threat when basically to be in the big 3, you got to kind of be, and excuse the terminology I'm going to use, but kind of like a washed up basketball player.
You could take it for the people who don't make it to the NBA and go there.
Okay.
So like what the XFL and USFL's been doing. You don't make the NFL? Come on over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's half court. They play how they want. I don't think anybody's really after each other. You're probably going to have a fan base because people are going to want to see some of their favorite players. Sometimes maybe even their favorite celebrities. I could see that happening. They're not following the same NBA rules and guidelines. They're not going through a lot of NBA ways, which a lot of people are tired of the major leagues, NFL, NBA. They're tired of what some of them dudes are going through and some of the BS we've seen with some of the games over the past decade. Let's just be clear. And if you got a new league coming up and they're on the rise, they're a threat. I
don't think N1 tournaments are still in effect.
I haven't seen an N1 tournament in a while. And
but you can check the I could think the documentary on Netflix.
Yeah,
which was a killer.
Yes, and one was the business.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Escalade.
Word, man. Word.
If we segue really quickly, because this is going to be a mini how do I say it? A mini broadcast / podcast for Tony D for the Fantasy Football League.
Sure.
How come running backs can't get paid? What happened? When did When did they become prehistoric?
Running backs aren't prehistoric; they're just not lasting. I'm not sure. Me and Glick was talking about that last night. I think we were talking about. I know I caught the story, but I didn't read it all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Running backs aren't lasting past 30. They've been talking about that. I know previously. After 30 years old, they're pretty much considered old, beat up, tired. I brought up the situation. It was one of my coworkers today. My apologies. DeMarco Murray was one of the biggest examples of what was going to happen to running backs because they ran him into the ground to Dallas and they sent him to Philly. He wasn't as enduring, if you will. Yes. Running backs right now not getting their money. Mind you, there have been a big emphasis on running backs for the past 4 or 5 years, even in the fantasy football aspect, because that's what they tell you to draft before anything else. I used to always draft quarterbacks. Say, if you draft a quarterback, you don't know what you're doing. Y'all crazy. But now you want to draft running backs. Every running back was off of your roster in fantasy football by the 3rd round. Stop it. Unless they was on the bench. Everybody was grabbing them. So now they run themselves in the ground. You got to switch up players. They were getting, we dare say, a majority of the workload. Why they're not paying them? I don't know.
Is this by they're not getting paid in the second contract? That's what it appears to be.
So that second contract year, they're not getting paid, which is a contract construction. That's going to have to be an NFL issue. If you're going to pay them that first year, pay them that second year. You notice a lot of these players play big when it's their contract year,
right,
and their rookie season. And then here's the other problem. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there. What I have noticed, these running backs after they get their money, they don't play as hard anymore. I've seen that.
Okay.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Man.
Oh
man.
How is Ezekiel Elliott without a gig at the age of 27?
Here's the kicker with Zeke. Zeke wasn't 100%, I don't think.
He wasn't 100%. Then he got paid.
He wasn't 100%. He got paid.
When he came in as a rookie. When he came in as a rookie, he ain't had no fear. I think he got hurt one time. He was a little bit more with the ball. You noticed that, right?
Yeah.
First contract.
The season before, he started playing like his old self again. I noticed that. I was watching. Derrick Henry was still getting his yards, even though he wasn't really seeing it, but he was still hit 1,000 yards a season. I'm like, what? How did he get 1,000 yards?
Crazy, right?
Yeah, they moving around how they do things. They're not the excitement that they were in their rookie season. That's where the money comes in on your contract. Incentives. You're going to have your base pay, but incentives, that's a kicker. Now, if I was to throw anything out there to these to these professional players, I dare say y'all might have to step up in the Pro Bowl. That might get you y'all money back. Because everybody knows y'all.
What are you talking about? They don't even do a Pro Bowl anymore. They just do.
When they did, and if they bring it back.
Oh, they ain't bringing it back.
Actually, they had one last year, didn't they?
No, they had it. It was just the skills.
Yeah, but they were just playing. Yeah.
It's just
we need real Pro Bowl games. That's what we need.
Yeah, we need real games.
Not this fancy bull crap. Yeah.
This Peyton Manning esque
word. Nickelodeon slime. And slime when you're watching on Nickelodeon, you know what I mean?
They're playing
Slam
double
ball.
ball, right? Slam ball.
Wide
receivers need to get their money. Tight ends need to get their money. Linemen need to get their money.
Yes.
Linemen are not getting paid enough.
I think the linemen are getting paid.
Not enough.
But no one's getting paid like the quarterback. You hear Justin Herbert. You hear Justin Herbert, 5 years, 262.
Fat contract. He deserves it.
I'm not saying he doesn't.
Yeah, in my opinion, he deserves that because I think he'll be a quarterback standard. And he's on a franchise where he'll look real good with that money. I think he'll be worth it. Patrick Mahomes is worth his money. Brady was already worth his money. Jalen Hurts is going to be worth his money. Tua is a concern to me because of his health.
Yes.
If anything, they are paying for his medical bills, and I will actually give the Dolphins some sort of respect for doing that because they need to cover that man's medical costs. Ain't no telling what the hell's going to happen to him next season.
He didn't get the major extension.
He didn't get the major extension, but he's got his money. Yeah. He's got some of his money, but I just hope that they keep paying him because he needs it for his health. That brother ain't been right since.
This coming season is going to be very, very
concerning.
Yep.
Concerning. And I'm going to say it like that on purpose. I'm not even telling the NFL to break their pockets on any and everybody. Just pay these cats what they're worth. The owners got fat contracts. Stephen A. called y'all out a few years ago when y'all was getting $200 million apiece. Owners. I think it was a bonus, if I remember correctly.
Right.
So we're going to see how this season goes. The preseason starts in a couple of weeks. I gotta see how we're gonna do that draft. I know I had scheduled something, but I kind of want to wait till after week 2 of the preseason. I damn sure want to wait till these rosters are solidified.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to wait till the rosters are solidified. Then we can start talking. However, whatever. Shout out to Dalvin Cook going to visit the Jets. Come on, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Come
sir.
Come on, bro. They looking real good. Y'all on Hard Knocks, starting drama, gaining the negative crazy press already, gaining the fanfare. Y'all fighting in practice. People love that. We want to see that. Somebody actually said the Jets are going to be the Jets, and it wasn't a positive opinion when he said it like that. So I need y'all to prove them wrong. Okay,
right.
My bad.
Hell yeah.
What's your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers?
I can't wait.
This is a mini Belt Kings stream right now. What's your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers restructuring his contract?
Thank you.
Cutting $35 million off.
You can't beat that. Who else gonna give up $35 million for his team? I want anybody up in here to say something. Matter of fact, shut up. Next.
I don't know.
I'm like this. I'm like what my man named Bart Scott. Can't wait.
That's true.
Can't wait. He giving up 35 mil so y'all can have the roster. I'm gonna need the New York Jets to come clean this year. That's the New York theme song when you walk on the field. That come clean theme song by J. Rue Damager. I'm gonna need y'all to come clean. Defense has got respect. Offense, I need y'all to put the points on the board and everybody else to hold the game down afterwards. My apologies.
Yes, sir.
I felt that one. I appreciate that, Ted. I felt that.
When do we expect Belt Kings to start airing? Is it going to be a specific time every week? Is there?
I want to stick with what I did last season, around 10:30, 11 a.m. Sunday mornings, right before the game starts. Pretty much an hour and a half before game 1 starts. Always playing 30 minutes. An hour will be max with guests. If it's just me, myself, I shouldn't take any longer 30 minutes to do what I want to do. I definitely want league members up there, give their opinions, have their input, because I set it up not for me, but for all of us. The broadcast is set up for all of us to come up there and give our commentary. Honestly, if you can't make it, it's totally understood. But me just giving my rundown, I started off with that. That was cool. When the guests came on, shout out to my man Fireman Rich, who isn't even in the league but wants to come on board just to give us commentary as a sports fan. You are definitely appreciated, my good man. Salute.
Shout out to Fireman Rich. Something special.
Tell the missus I said hello. All of that.
He does something special. 3 days a week with his live stream, 2 days a week with an audio stream.
Yeah, and he got the time.
He's official.
Yeah. Yes.
He is official. You go to the Fireman Rich podcast, whether audio, whether video, however you access your podcast. It's a great show. He usually gets it in by the hour.
A live streamer and supporter. Straight up.
Yes. Really, really good. Jojo, I got a question for you.
What's happening?
I don't work for ESPN. I don't want to work for ESPN. I've never seen a company with just so much bad publicity, from the layoffs to this to that. And the thing is, every company does layoffs, right? Mm-hmm. But the way they were just so public with it and how it just stretched out over the specific period of time with the people getting laid off and people not knowing, and up until that exact day where people were getting let go and people were supposed to be on the air and everything else like that. There's one part of that. The second part is when their CEO doesn't even go on their network, goes on CNBC, and then suggests that they're ready to sell certain parts of their business, whether like the linear TV stations, strategic partnerships within ESPN, selling potential shares of the company. Like, Jojo, this is ESPN. This is something that we all grew up watching.
Yes, sir.
Like what's happening?
Desperation, it seems like, man. This ESPN in its own self was working fine when you think about it. They
Right.
covered a lot of good sports. They covered sports for years. NFL, NHL, soccer, you name it, they covered it. They even had a grasp on kickboxing at one point, man.
Yes.
You know, they had to deal with Glory, and they boost Glory up
Hmm.
at one point, you know. ESPN got purchased by Disney. They were sailing, they were sailing, they were sailing. Years passed by, things start teetering. Things start teetering. Here we are in the 2020s. Yeah.
If
A
I may be
lot of
so
things
bold,
just went
Jojo,
off. Hmm?
if I may be so bold, post
Yeah.
Stuart Scott's been a decline.
Damn.
Post Stuart
You
Scott.
know,
In peace to
you're
Stuart Scott.
absolutely right.
That
Yeah,
was
you
a
know,
decline.
that's crazy.
Um,
You're absolutely right.
First take was doing the damn thing, and I did not mean to cut you off. I do apologize.
No. You
Mhm.
actually brought up a good point. Stuart
First
Scott
take
was,
was holding it down. And I'm
yeah,
gonna throw this out early on, but I'm gonna wait. Stephen A. has been trying to hold it down
yeah,
with
he
first
has,
take,
man.
and now they're giving him his heat. It was actually brought up. When is the last time? Because Skip Bayless was holding down for Stephen A. And they brought up the Skip Bayless aspect of what happened with Shannon Sharp. When's the last time he broadcasted with somebody other than a black person? It's back when he was doing First and 10 and Cold Pizza with Woody Page. A lot of cats don't remember that. So he was starting off with white folks. He was trying to help these black folks up in here. I know how black folks look or whatever, but let's be 1,000. Skip to kind of know what he's doing. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, he does know. He does look at. If you ever learned about Skip Bayless's history, his life history, you know what I mean? He had a black nanny, you know what I mean? He got raised by a black woman because his mom wasn't well. There's a long story behind it, so you look that up,
Yes.
and that's why you always see him giving credit and sometimes being brash about certain athletes and whatnot, even though it looks like he's racist. No, is him being,
He's
you know what I
old
mean?
fashioned. I don't see him as
Yeah,
racist. I see him old fashioned.
yeah,
And I'll be
yeah.
bold
And some, I will say
because
sometimes he's out of line. He's out of pocket sometimes.
he's
His
so
Cowboys
conservative
thing
and so
and
strict by the
certain
book.
things. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, but yeah, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
you're right about the Stuart Scott thing. Stuart Scott was like a major anchor for ESPN.
He was a
You know
piece of
him,
it.
Scott Van Pelt, I think a couple other folks
Dan
during that
Patrick,
era.
all of them. Yes.
Yeah, you know, he was the guy because you have people that we're here and you know what I mean, we're in the studio and we're talking. This dude was traveling, legit traveling and being hands on with all these sports, man. It was crazy to see. You don't really get that. He put himself on the line, his health on the line for the sake of sportscasting.
And as far as the sports and the events that they were covering, you said they had a lock on kickboxing. You forgot one other thing. I apologize to you again. They was running the hell out of Texas Hold'em. Everybody learned how to play Texas Hold'em.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yes.
I sat there and watched it for a year trying to learn how to play poker.
WSOP.
Yes.
World Series of Poker. Yes. For years.
Yes.
For years. Phil Hellmuth. What's old boy's name from Texas, man?
A dude
He
with
had
the
the
hat.
hat.
The
Yeah.
Jesus dude.
Yeah. Yo, that was when they had the bad squad back in the days, man.
Yes.
And they still have WSO, you know what I mean?
Yes.
WSOP. But yeah, back in the days, it was a dangerous game, man. They had a lot of really good players, and they covered it. They covered it all rounds about it. And yeah, since now, not many guys have been able to carry that. But Stephen A. Smith has been doing his best for years. But it's just like the level of sportscaster at ESPN has kind of dwindled a little bit. We've had some good analysts that were former sports players, but some of them are just on there for like clickbait and whatever. And some of them.
I mean,
And then we have some of them that have been there and they've done a really good job, but people ain't really noticed them like that.
I think
Shout out to my dude JJ Redick. JJ Redick has been on point.
Yo, big ups to him. And I
Redick
called
has
him
been on
time
point.
before. They don't have the standard they have with Stuart Scott. He set a high bar.
Yeah.
And he kind of brought flavor to the show, a little bit of a hip hop feel to it. Stephen A's got his own way, but Stephen A's catch your hell. Now he's an executive member. He rose so far up even after being fired. He speaks on that in his podcast. I don't have anything against ESPN because we all gonna catch our highlights off of ESPN in the first place.
Of course.
Sportscasters everywhere, athletes everywhere, everybody doing their own podcasts everywhere. But the authentic sports news is going to come from ESPN. I think I forgot who it was. Somebody was talking about all these cuts and layoffs. It's not ESPN, it's Disney.
It's Disney.
Yeah.
It's Disney.
The parent company, yes.
It was, I think I was watching Reza Islam and Ari Spears when they talked about it. Or somebody else. So I apologize if I got that wrong. But Disney's the one because it's not ESPN.
It's been Disney, yeah.
You know what? I think it might have been Stephen A's podcast. I think it was Stephen A's podcast when he spoke on it, when he broke everything down. What's really going on?
I think it was Stephen A's.
Parent company.
He said he's not immune from the cuts.
No.
Yeah, it was Stephen A. My apologies.
Yeah, it was Stephen A. because he talked about himself and a lot of the other folks that are there. They're not. Yeah, they're still on watch. They're on watch, and it's because of Disney, and that's what we was gonna step into right here because Disney's been messing up.
Yes,
and because Disney's messed up, everything they've attached themselves to has been messing up, and they have to go and cut and make revisions on everything else they've purchased to try to get back what they lost.
Because they owned everything. So if they're taking a hit, everybody taking a hit.
Yep. And you see it's happening with ESPN. And because of that, everything that's under the ESPN umbrella has been hit. UFC, certain sports, because they've fought for time. So you have time delays and time restrictions. So some things have lost out on viewership and certain things of that nature. It's been a real crazy mess, man.
You know what else?
It's been a crazy mess.
Marvel Productions.
Marvel Productions. Yeah, Marvel's been delayed a lot. And certain Marvel shows and movies have been like, we're done, and we got to throw those over. We got to throw those away. What was it they had? Was it the Elementals or something like that? They had a show or something like that.
The movie? The sequel?
The Eternals? The Eternals?
No, I know the Eternals was dookie. The Eternals kind of... the Eternals was dookie. I watched the Eternals. Oh, my God. Why?
I didn't watch it. I watched the first 15 minutes of it. I was like, I'm good.
I said, this movie's going to be stupid. I watched it.
I watched it twice. It was okay, man. I know what you're saying, but it was okay. They couldn't get past what they did with Endgame. Infinity War and Endgame set the major standard. You can't.
There you go.
And they thought they was gonna do something big by putting stars in the movie, bro. You can't just mend the wound. You know what I mean? You can't just mend the wound by. Let's just put some tape on it. You know what I mean? We gotta get some fine stitching. We gotta get some good tools to put in there, man. Can't just throw Angelina Jolie in a movie blind and say, "Hey, we got it." You know what I mean? No. What?
Shout out to
was it Kumail and Jolly they had there? And man, Selma Hayek. I love Selma Hayek. Why? Why is she there? Come on, man.
That last Guardians of the Galaxy caught a little bit of hell.
I didn't even watch that.
Well, they say it's gonna hit you in the heart.
It's good. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's
was it good?
Roller coaster. Yes, it was.
Good, but it hits you in the heart. It hits you in the heart. Quantumania was phenomenal. Quantumania was what I thought Doctor Strange 2 was going to be, as far as how the storyline went, the action, and everything falling into place.
Yeah, you're right.
Other than that,
Doctor Strange 2 movie.
I just finished that Secret Invasion. If y'all haven't watched that, go ahead and check it out.
I didn't watch episode 6.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, I did take it as coming right after Captain Marvel. It was after the Endgame, but it was definitely after Captain Marvel, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think what's happening with Disney may also have something to do with that actor strike in California.
Oh, they do.
too.
So I want to run a couple of things back based on some of the comments. Number one, it's all about, once again, the bottom line.
Of course.
So Disney, ESPN, ABC, whoever else used to have X amount of cable subscribers, 100 plus million. Now they have 70 plus million. So 30 million people have cut the cord, right? Boom. Put that to the side. So that's a chunk of money that people are no longer paying, that, that's taken away. ESPN is paying these high exorbitant fees for rights fees for these leagues.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay. They're paying these high league fees to air NBA, NFL. I mean, because when you sit here and you think about it, Tony D, if I tell you, hey, to air the NFL on Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football is $2 billion a year to air 17 games. That's a lot of money.
It is
That's
a lot
of money that you have to recoup with sponsorship, and it is bleeding subscribers.
Yes.
You got the geopolitics.
They over anticipated subscribers, and they don't have the numbers that they were looking for in the first place. I kind of think about that.
So what ESPN deals with is the tonnage. Mainly, they're the worldwide leader, right? So they're showing you every type of sport every hour of the day.
Yes. And they got multiple ESPN channels too. Yes.
And they've got 5, 6, 7 different channels, and ESPN Plus, and something that JoJo and I were talking about behind the scenes, that you were also on the text, that people are buying those bundles, the Hulu, the Disney Plus, and the ESPN Plus.
Yes.
But I think they're getting it for the Disney, not so much for the ESPN Plus.
I think they're getting it for the Hulu.
They probably get it for the Hulu.
I think they get it for the Hulu, the pay-per-views on ESPN, so they don't have to worry about some of the payments. The Disney, definitely for the movies and the TV shows. I blame Brian for me having Disney Plus in the first place. He made me get Disney Plus.
Okay, I'm back.
Because he was going to talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier so much.
So we were just talking.
Start watching Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, and I finally got past episode 2. So now I can talk to you and Rich about it. Just
so Joe, we were talking about, you get a subscription to the bundle to Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, but you know what you're probably, I mean, most people are probably getting it for. Maybe not so much you, who tends to watch sports heavy.
Yeah.
And looks forward to, UFC and everything else like that. So, but if you sit there and you hear that Disney has 100 and 200 million subscribers, but how many of those subscribers are just standalone ESPN Plus subscribers? I don't think not that many. I don't think that many.
We had that conversation.
He emphasized standalone. I got to give him that.
We had that conversation.
Yes,
tell you,
standalone.
ESPN Plus has about 20-something million subscribers.
Right. Look how
Disney Plus has over 150 million.
Yes, there you go. So you see how they inflate the number. They turn around and say, okay, Disney has this, Hulu has this, ESPN has this. So we're giving you the whole number, which is, I don't know.
180, close to 200 million sounding like already?
Yeah. But, and then you sit here and then, we're going to see, because my question to JoJo and to Tony D is, let's say if ESPN goes into partnership with the NFL or NBA, well, they've got to renegotiate a rights deal with the NBA in 2 years. Well, I mean, there's all types of conflicts.
Yeah,
Oh
and I'm
yeah.
thinking about it already because the NFL just did a deal with was it Peacock, NBC and them?
Yeah, they've done it. They've done deals with everyone, and I just
No, it was
think
Amazon. It was
sports
Amazon.
rights is just going through the roof. They're
Yes,
having a hard time making
coincide.
their profit off of it
Yes,
because you're sitting here and if you're spending $2 billion a year to air 17 games, what are you like the sponsors that you're working with to air commercials and everything? What are you doing to recoup that money?
a lot of them are spending profit. In my opinion, they're worried about
Okay.
making more money. They already profited in the first place. They're just trying to increase their profit margin. And I was wrong about the NFL. It was on WWE that did that deal with NBC and Peacock. I think,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
NFL's working with Amazon, I
Yep.
believe, correct? So that will leave the NBA to work with ESPN, which will make a whole lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
That way, everybody's covered all over the place. Apple TV's got Major League Baseball. Everybody's picking up Major League Baseball. They are all carrying each and every sport.
Right.
I'm trying to see what the problem is, except for the times when the sports kind of mix and they're parallel to running at the same time with each other. But we got multiple networks.
You know what the real deal is? The real deal is the U.S. is so spread out with so many different companies with so many different options. Whereas this was the U.K., we have there's like two major providers in the U.K.
BBC and I'm not sure who the other one is.
You know, the BT Sports.
BT Sport. There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
BT Sport, and there's like two options out there. So you've got two options where in America you have like 6 or 8.
At least. We used to only have 3.
I look at the.
Crazy.
I told my brother-in-law today that I said I have a subscription. I wanted to support, so I have a league pass to WNBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
WNBA is spread across probably 6 different networks because you would never ever know, how can I find this game?
Let me jump in on that. They advertise their games. They advertise their games. A bunch of us just aren't watching it.
Yes. It's hard because you can't just turn to with the NBA, it's TNT or ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or your local regional sport network.
Mm-hmm.
With NFL, Sunday afternoon it's CBS or Fox.
Yes.
Or Sunday night, it's NBC, or Monday nights, it's ESPN. Those are your only options.
And it used to be ABC up under that.
Yes.
Too.
Yes.
Yep.
So you look at, packages like WNBA and you look at stuff like UFC.
I think WNBA's TNT, sometimes ESPN, sometimes ABC.
Right.
Yes.
But like, if you are a league, JoJo, if you're the CEO of this new company that's overseeing UFC and WWE, and you're hearing a provider needs strategic partnership and they want to bid for your services, how comfortable do you feel bargaining with them?
Yeah, not as comfortable as I should be. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird, man. It's kind of weird,
It is.
Yeah, it's odd. I'm just there throwing up random, take this, work with me. You know what I mean? It's odd, man. It's odd.
So it's just something that we're going to see how this stuff plays out. Because the last thing I think I said to you was, if you're the CEO of Disney, why are you going to CNBC to make all these different comments? Like, why don't you use your own network? It's just.
And they look like they're gonna be hurt, but doing that on somebody else's network just makes it even worse, though.
It does.
You know what I mean? It makes it worse.
That's his whole point. I kind of agree with that.
It does.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It makes it worse.
We won't be able to.
That's a dude. That guy is just a guy right now who's just trying to stop the bleeding right now.
Yes. Yes.
trying to stop them cheating by any
You
means.
think some of this has something to do with what DeSantis put down in the state of Florida against Disney?
Might be.
I don't know, because I think this stuff is affecting globally, where DeSantis stuff is regional.
Yeah, but he went straight at Disney earlier this year because Disney's putting up his own entity down there, and they took a hit. So Disney's taking a hit, everything under them's taking a hit. Mind you, Disney's been making the bulk of the money for the past 5-10 years.
Yes.
In the entertainment industry itself, which has been huge. And it's actually been said they down there printing their own money. They got so much. I don't blame them. Everything they make is profitable.
So but the parks are still profitable, right? Or they're not?
I think the parks are still profitable, but they don't have a lot of the legal leeway that they used to have.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you understand that jargon, even if you do not understand that jargon, let's be clear. If you don't have the legal leeway you used to have, you got to come out of pocket more to stay with you, to keep what you got.
Right.
Right.
How much of this is superhero oversaturation? Like, remember we used to be excited for...
That question came up after Endgame. That's a great question, Ted.
Yeah.
That question came up right after Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
And they said superheroes kind of killed the industry. I don't think they killed the industry, but it damn sure increased our expectations. We still love Equalizer. He wasn't a superhero. We still love John Wick. He wasn't a superhero.
Right.
But we gotta say they did take over, and your superhero has to have galactic powers. It just can't be planetary powers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. In a way, yeah. In a way. But that's only because of the fact that they killed off those average superheroes. The superheroes we looked up to, they kind of put them away. You know what I mean? Some of them. You know what I mean?
I even got to throw this out there. I want to debunk it because I thought The Flash was dope. He don't be leaving the daggone floor, but that was a good damn movie. Big up to DC.
Yeah. I'll give props to that.
You must have heard us talking about y'all, DC, because y'all came clean with The Flash, dog. Y'all did some good work for that movie.
The Flash did work out. The Flash worked out a lot better. But you know what? That's a movie that we really wanted because the show was so good. The show was so good.
But the Flashpoint paradox was the one thing a lot of DC fans I talked to said that had to happen. They made it happen. It looked good. I don't think they over-exaggerate anything, even when they did the timelines all crazy with your boy and all that mess. Dog. Mm-hmm. I got to think
the only issue they had was Ezra Miller because he had some sketchy stuff that was happening in real life.
Yep.
He was. I mean, look it up. Google it.
Yeah, man.
All over the news before the movie came out.
That's the only thing where it was kind of like,
yeah. But he did his part.
Everybody's
got issues in their personal life. You play your part on the screen is all we ask. And if you don't believe somebody having issues, you just want to see their performance because that's what you want to see. I give you a Michael Jackson. I give you an R. Kelly. I give you a Bill Cosby. I give you a whole bunch of guys out there that got personal life issues, but you still love what they did on the screen or on stage. Honestly,
I like the CGI. I like the VFX of The Flash.
Okay.
The special effects. I love that because people were complaining that, it looks so different. It's like, are they going to finish it? No, it was meant to look different. It was meant to be visually different.
They did good work on that movie.
My hero was there. Batman. Michael Keaton, man. Michael Keaton Batman. Not Ben Affleck Batman. Got it here. Michael Keaton Batman.
Ben Affleck was there too. You can't front of Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
they don't give Ben Affleck the flack he should get, man. Because Ben Affleck always getting roles. That's why they get mad at him for it.
That's why they be mad at him.
That's why they mad at him. But he played a good Bruce Wayne though. He played a good Bruce Wayne, as he did.
Since the last time we did a stream, I did go and see Mission Impossible.
I haven't seen it yet. How was it in your opinion?
I thought it was really good, but as I wrote to you gentlemen, do not order the large soda.
Yeah, them bathroom breaks, man.
2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do not, and I mean do not order that supersized soda. Get your popcorn and maybe you go with a medium or
I get my nachos and my pretzels.
yes.
Man, them last couple movies are pretty damn long. I remember when I watched Ghost Protocol, that shit was kind of like that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So
And,
you gotta.
in all honesty, what else can they do with that movie? What else can they do with that franchise?
Yeah, man. For real.
You know,
I can't
it's
he's held it down for 2 decades now, I believe.
Word.
almost 3
Almost 3
Yeah.
by himself.
by himself.
Yeah, my dude just be like, yo,
And that
Doing
shit-
his
doing
own
his own stunts out here. Luna
Stunts?
ticking.
and
Luna
his own-
ticking.
You
the
got
movie
that
starts.
on top of Top Gun Maverick. I mean, how much?
Yeah.
Yo, Cruz, how much more money you need? I ain't mad at you. Go get it all. But I'm just saying, you know, we're
Yo.
trying to hit the lottery, and you're already clearing the lottery 4 times over us at his max.
My
The
man
movie
flying
starts-
off a cliff. Like,
The
yo,
movie
what's wrong with
starts,
this man?
and the first thing you see run across the bottom, it says a Tom Cruise Corporation. I was like, oh, he's killing it. He's killing it.
Beast in it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw also we couldn't do a stream because I saw the Indiana Jones.
I didn't
Oh,
watch.
I didn't
that
get to
yet.
see that.
How was it, bro? How was it?
I'm an Indiana Jones fan, so of course I'm a homer, so I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna like it. The first 25 minutes are kind of it's different because it's that de-aging.
Of course.
So you see an 80-year-old Harrison Ford running, but he has like a 30-year-old face.
Oh, okay.
So it's like you're sitting there, you're like, come on,
So
come on, do better.
here's a great question. I want to throw this in here. I apologize for the interruption again.
No, go ahead.
Do you think Liam Neeson should jump in as Indiana Jones, being that he's even an older action guy? I got to give Liam Neeson his credit.
It would have been better. It would have been better.
He was good in Taken. He did real good in Taken for an older
It would have
dude.
been better.
He did
Because
real good in Run All Night, which I thought was a phenomenal ass movie. Y'all might want to check that.
yo, it's that was the only part. That was the only issue I had because, like I said, you know, it's like an 80-year-old man with a 30-year-old face, and he's running down the street, and you're just like, okay, this doesn't look right.
I got you.
Something's wrong here.
I'm gonna check it out.
But it was worth it. It was worth it. Why didn't you guys tell me? And I'm sorry I'm late to the party. Why didn't you guys tell me about Ted Lasso? Did you guys see Ted Lasso yet?
I haven't watched it. I've been hearing good things about it. I haven't watched it.
I watched the first 7 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Funny as can be. Funny as can be.
I was about to say something, but I've been plugging the hell out of that show already in the first place. They need to have us as guest bump it.
What, Ted Lasso?
No, talking about Cam and Mace. They be having me dying.
Oh yeah, Cam and
Mace be having me rolling, bro.
Cam and Mace, man.
Yo.
You know what? We'll save best for last. JoJo,
Get to him.
what in the world is happening in the next 48 hours?
Give it to him.
Combat Sports World's in a standstill in about 2 days, man. It's in a standstill in about 2 days, bro.
Give it to him.
Let's be for real, man. Salt Lake City, Utah. Got a mixed martial arts event for the masses. Straight up violence. 2 dudes who've been former UFC interim lightweight champions. 2 guys who've racked up a bunch of Fight of the Night awards and Fight Night bonuses. Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. Number 2 versus number 3 in the lightweight rankings.
Mm-hmm.
The man who avenged his loss to Conor McGregor by duping him twice versus the dude who walked from an unknown organization as their lightweight champion and since then has been laying waste to a number of mofos, man. Jesus Christ. There's going to be pure, unadulterated violence, man. Oh my God. In the co-main event, that's I'm talking about UFC 291. Now, hold on a second. UFC 291. Let's get that right here. There we go. Now, you see the guys on this side of me right here? You see them? Poirier, Gaethje. The co-main event is on the other side. As former UFC light heavyweight champion, Jan Blachowicz faces the former UFC middleweight champion, Alex Pereira.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. Jan Blachowicz has been a man of many trades. He's been a former kickboxing champion, a former light heavyweight champion out in Poland in KSW, which is a regional promotion, as I mentioned, out in Poland. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt. He has a judo background. He has a bit of a sambo background. He's a man of many trades. So it builds up in his really good mixed martial arts arsenal. Alex Pereira, former Glory 2 division champ, won the Grand Prix in both, won the title, beat Israel Adesanya twice, well, 3 times, both in kickboxing, once in the UFC, but he lost his last fight. So he's moving up to light heavyweight in this bout. Hell of a bout, right? Now, along with that, we have Tony Ferguson, former interim champion. He's been there, but he's on a crazy losing streak. He's fighting mixed martial arts journeyman, long time dude, Bobby Green. Bobby Green got lightning hands, lightning speed. He's 36 years old. He ain't fight for a title in the UFC, but damn it, when he fights.
Right.
And boy, they trying to get Ferguson in the right path because Ferguson's on a 5-fight losing streak, which is crazy. And he's been finished in all of these losses, man. Well, not finished in all of them. 2 of them he hasn't been finished. But Michael Chandler kicked his face off. And then, Nate Diaz submitted him, So he's lost 5 in a row, though. Justin Gaethje beat him, the first that started the row of losses. But, Michael Chiesa versus Kevin Holland. We got Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, famous ISKA kickboxing champion, facing Miguel Pereira. The Black Beast, Derek Lewis, a.k.a. we're Ronda Rousey fun. My balls was like all that craziness, he says. Yeah, he's fighting back on this card against Marcos Rogerio de Lima. Derek Lewis has been fighting for years. He fought for the title. Against Daniel Cormier. He fought for an interim title, was unsuccessful. And he was sitting at the top 5, but since a couple of these losses, he's now at number 11, man.
So I got to jump in here. Is the Black Beast, is he now on the prelim or is he on the early show?
He's on the prelims.
Okay.
Which is crazy because this was a guy who was on the main, either he was main eventing, co-main eventing, or he was on the pay-per-view cards. Now all of a sudden, you know what I mean? He's preliming on the pay-per-view. He's on the main portion of the card, but other than that, there's a couple good fights on there.
I got to jump in here and say it was the 2 main events that were in Texas. The one in Houston, and there was another one. I know there was 2 events in Texas that he was either co-main event or main event, and he lost both of them badly.
Yes. He lost the one against Cyril Gane, who I was main eventing.
He got
and then the co-main, he fought Tai Tuivasa.
Yes.
And he got put away. Yeah. And then I think he had one more. I think he fought, was it in Texas? Or might have not, against Sergey Pavlovich. And Pavlovich beat him in under a minute. Jesus. Bad. All his losses, he's been finished. So that's what makes it bad. He's on a bad losing streak. But the rest of the card is pretty good. You check it out. No boring fights. Really good matchups on that card.
What
but as
time
much
does
as I
this
want
start?
that card starts at 6:30. The early
Okay,
prelims
good.
started. The prelims will start 6:30. So it'll be 6:30 early prelims, 3 fights or so. Then it'll be the full 4 fights. Then they'll kick it up with the main card that starts at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. But I know that's not what you're really trying to hear from me, Ted. Tony, you about to wake up too?
I'm awake, bro.
Back
I'm
to
here.
the original background. As Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, pound for pound greats, actually pound for pound guys. Terrence Crawford top 3 pound for pound in my book, and I think in a couple people's book. Errol Spence is on the rise. He's up in there. But before we even talk about that, thoughts go out to one Stephen Fulton. Stephen Fulton, there to be great, and took a trip to Japan on Tuesday to defend his super bantamweight titles against the undefeated 24-0 Naoya Inoue. Inoue was the undisputed bantamweight champion. And Fulton is a tough guy.
Mm-hmm.
Very skilled guy. Willing to fight all types of styles to get his W's. I expected a tough fight.
Mm-hmm.
I did not expect the whooping that we managed to see on Tuesday morning. If there was ever a one-sided fight that I hyped up, it was definitely that fight right there. Stephen Fulton is from Philadelphia, and I love Philly, man. I visited Philly plenty of times. People are great out there. The violence is wilding, though, but you know what I mean? Thoughts and prayers go out to Gilly, the kid, man. His son, he lost his son.
No.
Out there, gun violence, yeah. He actually had to put him to rest. I think it was yesterday. Yeah. So thoughts and prayers. Yeah. But yeah, Stephen Fulton got beat up bad. Outclassed for about 6 rounds. And just when Naoya let the gas off and let Stephen look good in the 7th, he put him down once. Fulton got back up and he laid waste to him. 8th round TKO. Unified champ right now. Naoya Inoue looking to become undisputed super bantamweight champ possibly. The boy is a monster. His nickname is Monster. He is a monster. Now we're talking about 25 fights, 22 KO TKOs. Nasty. But yeah, man, this Errol Spence Terrence Crawford fight, big time. They get the shine in Las Vegas, Nevada. Errol Spence being your current unified champ, IBF title he won a couple years back. Took that from Kell Brook, if I remember. Became the WBC champ. I forgot who he took that belt from. Then became the WBA champ. And I remember he beat Ugas for that. Ugas won it from Pacquiao.
Mm-hmm.
Then that man Errol Spence went and totally destroyed that boy. He destroyed Ugas, man. That was an ugly beating. Ugas' eye was his orbital was gone. He couldn't see. His body was getting tenderized. It was ugly. He holds all those titles. But we got undefeated Terrence Crawford on the other end, man. Errol Spence is undefeated, 28. 28-0. He got a couple KOs. Terrence Crawford is 39-0. 30 finishes, 30 KOs, TKOs. He got as much TKOs as Errol Spence has fights. Terrence Crawford has moved his way up from, I think it was junior lightweight. Yeah. Junior lightweight, super lightweight, junior welterweight. Here he is. He got his belt. He beat Jeff Horn. Remember Jeff Horn robbed Manny Pacquiao?
Yes.
Went out there. He beat up Jeff Horn. They set it up. Perfectly. Terrence Crawford didn't have to fight Manny. Manny still looked good out here to fight still. Good job by Bob Arum. Because all Jeff Horn just went in there, beat a guy who's supposed to be a legit welterweight, didn't have to hurt Manny Pacquiao, could still sell Manny Pacquiao. And he beat up Jeff Horn in Australia. Well, yeah, he beat Jeff Horn up there, whooped him pretty good, beat up all these other guys, beat Mikey Garcia in the no. Spence fought Garcia. Yeah, Spence fought Garcia. But Crawford beat Porter. There you go. Crawford fought Porter, beat Brook. Khan, I think he fought Khan and beat Khan. Could be wrong. I think both of these guys fought Khan. I'm trying to remember. But Crawford looked good in his fights. So now these two are fighting. Both of these guys are southpaws. Both of these guys are skilled. Crawford is the more technical of the two, but Errol Spence is the more heavy-handed guy of the two. Errol Spence got nasty body work. Ooh, man. Those crushing shots, man, god dang, man. He folds cats up, yo. But, Terrence Crawford will piece you to bits. Terrence Crawford will piece you to bits. And I hate how he fights because Terrence Crawford is a natural southpaw. And what happened earlier in his career, he had injured his hand. So he ended up becoming fighting orthodox. The problem is he got so good at orthodox, he's now a switch hitter. You wouldn't even believe he was actually a southpaw. He would enter fights orthodox, fight you, and then go back to and then switch to southpaw. You would think, oh, southpaw is not his thing, but you forget natural southpaw. You get clobbered. You get set up for the left hand now. He throws the jabs out with the right. Oh, jabs ain't enough. Left hand come, boom. You rock now. He makes you step into that left hand. Nasty work, good footwork, good method, good calculated mind, man. But Errol Spence got Derek James as his coach and his trainer. And that dude's pretty good. He's been working with a couple guys. Now he got Ryan Garcia there training. And Ryan Garcia, dealing with the Oscar De La Hoya situation there. Right. That's looking ugly. Pray for Oscar De La Hoya. He's going to lose out on all his golden stars, man. No more money for Oscar De La Hoya at this rate. But yeah, it's going to be a great fight. Isaac Cruz is on the card. If Isaac Cruz get a big win, he's going to look to call out one of those big lightweight kings out there we may see. I want him to fight Ryan Garcia. I want him to call out Ryan. I think he's a good matchup for Ryan. He won't get a fight with Tank again. I don't think so. Tank ain't going to fight him again yet because that was a really tough fight for Tank. He could go for Shakur. He could fight Kambosos if he can line that up. I don't even want to get into the Kambosos fight. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't want to get into it. Part of my language. I don't want to get into it. Robbery. George Kambosos needs to sit and just train for a year and then come back. I don't know what the hell happened to him after the Teofimo Lopez win. I don't know. My favorite dude, one of my favorite fighters from the Philippines is coming in here. Because of a situation that happened, he's on here defending his title. Nonito Donaire, man. The 40-year-old, defends his WBC bantamweight title against Alejandro Santiago. Santiago's 27-3. Pretty skilled cat. Nonito 42-7. Picked up a title a while ago. He actually fought Inoue twice. Gave Inoue a tough first round, and then Inoue blew the doors off him in the second, the rematch. That was tough to watch. I did watch it. It was tough. But other than that, man, that's a pretty good card. Couple good prelim fights to check out. But other than that, pretty dope. Tomorrow, Sinesia Estrada is going to box. So if you want to catch that and you got a ESPN Plus subscription, you could catch that. I think that's around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock on ESPN Plus. She's going to defend her strawweight titles, man. She used to be with the Zone, but then she left the Zone to go to Top Rank. But yeah, check that out. I remember we talked about this one the last time we was on here with my dude, Puerto Rican Abe Lincoln. Puerto Rican Abe Lincoln is going to be fighting on this card too. Yes, Abraham Nova, Supernova. Yes, he is Puerto Rican Abe Lincoln because he got a beard. He got a tan beard. The joint's crazy. When you see him, you're gonna be like, "Yo, I get it now. I get it." But other than that, that car is gonna be pretty good. So if you want to fill in some stuff on Friday, go check that. Sinestia Estrada, man. Leonela Yudica, who's 9-1 out of Argentina for the WBC and the WBA World Female Strawweight titles. But yeah, man, that's it. George Kambosos, you're a bozo. I don't want to see you box again. You want a title, retire the title, go sit out for a year, go retrain boxing. You're a fighter, you're not a boxer. You got pieced up. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you or what's going on, but I don't want to see a George Kambosos fight ever in my life again after what happened Saturday. I don't want to. Look at me like that, Tony. I don't give a damn. I don't want to see it.
You don't want to see nobody.
I don't want to see George Kambosos box ever again.
Damn.
Ever. I gave him 2 chances with Haney. 2.
You sound
Never
like me
again.
after the Roy Jones fight in 05 when he danced around the ring for 10 rounds. It pissed me off. I don't want to watch.
Exactly.
I get it.
My man can't protect himself from a jab. Get out of here, man. I'm done. But that's it. That's all I can give you.
If you liked that spot right there, you'll love B-Sides. B-Sides live stream is on YouTube and Twitch and everywhere else. When do we do the B-Sides?
Wednesdays at 4, man. I try to lock down the time. So my perfect time is 4 o'clock. You'll hear that. And whether I go off for an hour, whether I go off for 45 minutes or 45 minutes to nearly 3 hours, man, I'm going to go off and talk about it. And I'm going to talk about it. It has to be said. So I'll say what I say. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I will tell you this much. Globally, to do it at 4 o'clock is the absolute best time. Globally. Everywhere.
I like that. That's a good time frame.
4 o'clock is 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern time is a perfect time to do it.
Eastern Daylight Time, right?
You know, and the fact yesterday, I think I was in transit and I was listening to it. I dipped on one app, came back on another app, and then returned 2 hours later, and you were still on there. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
But you had a lot to
I was just talking. I was just going on the tirade, man, because I was just talking about last week. I didn't even get to talk about the UFC London card. The UFC London card. UFC, you guys got to do better, man. Handle the UK fighters. That's what it is. You got to get bigger UK names out there, man. That's all it is.
Joe, explain this to me.
Sure.
We have this date. We have UFC 291. We've got Spence and Crawford all colliding same night.
Yes, indeed.
What was Dana White thinking of? I mean,
Dana White,
I'm sure they knew Spence and Crawford was happening that same night.
Oh yeah, he definitely knew, and that's why they have this joint in Salt Lake City, because Spence Crawford is in his city in Las Vegas.
Yes,
this card would have been in Las Vegas.
Right.
This card would have been in Las Vegas, but he knew in his heart of hearts, Spence Crawford is going to sell out in Las Vegas.
Right.
You can't compete with that.
Anyway. They would have sold that.
Yeah.
So why not wait a week? He didn't want to push back like a fight night date or something like that?
I guess not. And that's not even on his problem. That goes back to a few minutes ago that we talked about with ESPN. And the demands.
Yep.
And the demand for production,
tonnage,
for events. That's what happened. ESPN gets the nudge from Disney. Dana White's going to get the nudge from ESPN. Yo, you got to put stuff out. And regardless of how garbage is going to be, we need it. If it's good, we need it on this date. And they're going to keep giving you good fights in between, good cards in between of the crappy cards. Because notice, we've gotten a couple crappy cards. And the cards, again, ugh, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like,
I remember that.
yeah, well, a couple of those fight cards again, a little, the name value is a little, kind of like, what the hell are we watching here? You see, we talked about the Holly Holm card and how the Holly Holm card looked horrible. You know what I mean? The London card was even worse because the London crowd wasn't even into it. The loudest we heard the London crowd was when Tom Aspinall came out and won. And he's a hometown hero.
Right.
Outside of that, there wasn't that much cheers from any of these people, for any of those folks. Molly McCann, they keep pushing, and she lost. You know what I mean? She got a whole howler head deal. She got to deal with Barstool Sports. Imagine that. You know what I mean? And you get caught in an armbar by some random. Oh man, we're done here. Yeah. So you know they got to do that. So UFC taking the fight in Salt Lake City. They got the card in Salt Lake. The fighters got to deal with the elevation issues. So prepare yourself for a couple fights that are gonna look lagged out, because after the second round or during the second round, some of those fighters are going to be gasping for air like fish gasp for water. It's going to be very, very terrible. I'm telling you what. It's going to be terrible. Prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves. They didn't learn their lesson the last time. So prepare yourselves, man.
He said fish gasping for water. I can't.
I'm telling you.
Hey, I do want to mention someone who's had a rough month. Our little bro, Bomain Jones. He lost his HBO show. He's not getting renewed with ESPN.
That is horrible, man.
So it's like, if you look at it, this is crazy because he lost his radio show.
Yeah.
He lost his ESPN TV show, High Noon.
Who's this again?
Bomain Jones.
Bomain.
Yeah, they said they was going after him.
He lost HBO, and now he's not getting renewed. And his podcast is the number 2 downloaded podcast from ESPN, and he's not getting renewed. And I'm like, is this all because of McAfee, or is this because of the bottom line and Disney and cuts and all of this other stuff? People who move the needle. And hey, I do want to give an honorable mention to Scott Van Pelt. Love watching Scott Van Pelt.
Yes, indeed.
And
he's been one of the ones holding it down since we talked about.
Yes.
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 He's one of the ones holding it down. He does all night ESPN. We don't even know how he talks about all that stuff all damn night. I mean, literally from midnight on until it starts.
Goes back to that Charles Barkley line, man.
It goes back to that.
Muy bien, gracias, man.
Muy bien, gracias.
Barkley be going ham, boy.
Yeah.
You can't work me like a slave. With that beauty paycheck.
Y'all saw that?
With that beauty paycheck. With that beauty paycheck.
You said, I'm not going over there. Nah.
Not for that puny check. Oh, my God.
Hey, I got a couple of honorable mentions that I do want to talk about real quick before we get on out of here.
Sure.
We'll go into honorable mention to SUNY Morrisville that unveiled their black turf at their stadium.
That's dope.
It aesthetically looks dope, but the heat
that's gonna radiate off that thing is gonna be horrible. You're right.
It's like asphalt.
You're right.
It's like asphalt, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right,
dude.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not gonna read it. It's on the website, and it's just talks about. You got to think about it. The average temperature in New York summers, the New York summer months, is still above 80 degrees. We are going through this advisory over the last few days in New York,
right?
Where it's high 90s, and with the with everything added, it's above 100 degrees. I mean, we know about the air quality and everything else like this, but I'm not sure who made the decision on this, but it's not a good look. And if you're out there practicing,
It's brutal.
it's brutal.
It's brutal. I'm going to tell you about the air quality. You know, some of that smoke came down here last week.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
Yes. Matter of fact, Rich talked about it on the show. And I was like, nah. He said, isn't it kind of hazy and cloudy? I said, yeah, but I put that with like the heat shield that'll be down in the south. Nah, bro. They said that was the daggone smoke from Canada. The air quality was like 150 down here. I was like, oh, that's why my allergies are acting back up. He said, exactly.
Yo, the second quick item is the new My Netflix app. It helps make, finding what you want to watch even easier, because for those of you that do have Netflix subscriptions, it's just a mass. It's a repository of content.
I gotta get on this. Go ahead. I got to get on.
Clicking and searching and everything else like this. So the new My Netflix is the one-stop shop. It's tailored to help you with, easy shortcut to help you find stuff that you want to watch.
I got beef with this, Ted.
Yeah?
I got serious beef with this.
Okay.
Because when a TV show is like, you make your own damn list. What you need that for? You can make your own damn list. If you turn your notifications on,
make your own playlist.
You make your own list.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of lazy people out there that don't want to make their own playlist.
Come on, man. I got to get like JoJo. Come on, man.
For real.
They want to be told what to watch.
You make your own list. You get the notification when something new pops up. Every month they give you an update, and they show you a list of the stuff that's about to go away or something you may have missed that's similar to what you watched.
Yeah.
They do that already. Stop costing. Listen, this is why Netflix costs more now, because some of y'all too damn lazy. I'm not going to front on the apps. I'm not going to
seriously though, man. It's crazy.
Y'all stop that mess. Netflix gives you everything you need, everything you want to watch by everybody you've ever loved. Don't get paid everywhere else, and y'all still damn complaining. This is why Netflix costs too damn much.
Crazy.
I'm sorry. I went on
lazy folks, man. Lazy folks, bro.
The trade deadline. I know Artie Moreno, the owner of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, I'm just being facetious here, says that he doesn't want to trade Shohei Ohtani, but we have an article up on where will Shohei Ohtani play after the 2023 MLB deadline. We basically have it here, basically saying he's not going to go anywhere.
There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6. Thank you very much.
He wants to stay out on the West Coast, but you also have Tampa. You have the Baltimore Orioles. You have the San Francisco Giants, Toronto Blue Jays, of course, our beloved New York Mets. We don't see JoJo's Boston Red Sox down here.
Sorry. Yeah, that's what I was going to be upset about. I was like, damn, we're definitely out of the race.
Yeah. So with the trade deadline within the next 4 to 5 days, we don't know where potentially Matt Scherzer, Justin Verlander, Cody Bellinger are going to wind up.
I'll say something. Go ahead. I was going to say, if Shohei don't end up staying with the Angels, I could see him with the Blue Jays.
Really?
I could probably see him with the Blue Jays. He's an interesting character.
He is.
He's a very interesting character. Crazy pitcher.
I can't question you, but where would he make the most money playing at would probably be the Blue Jays, especially to get a World Series championship.
Yeah.
It comes down to, I think if he came to New York, he would go to the Mets rather than the Yankees.
I see that too, yeah.
He's out west. He's with the Angels for a reason, because I think maybe the Dodgers are just, it might be a situation that's too hot for him. I could see him, if he's going to stay out west, I could see him the Giants, the Padres. I really don't see the Dodgers because that's when a lot of pressure comes down on you.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's doing great where he is now because, you know, he gets to go out there, hit, and pitch, and be amazing, and he's going to make $600 million with his next contract.
There's a lot of craziness going on in Dodger Stadium right now, too.
Yeah.
That whole situation happening in Dodger Stadium.
Yes.
Yeah, so
the kicker's going to be, he wants to stay out west. What's going to be the most profitable? Sound like the Dodgers already.
Yeah. But it's like, I think someone like that wants it to be not too stressful.
Yeah.
He don't want the stress, but he got to get what he deserves. He's the pitcher right now in Major League Baseball, correct?
Yeah, he's the pitcher and he's the hitter.
He's got to go.
He's the pitcher and hitter combo, yeah.
Now, he's a pitcher and hitter combo?
And hitter.
Oh, yes. Well, that man can hit.
He needs to stay with the Angels. Because they're not overdue, if ever at all.
That's what I'm saying. If he don't get picked up back by the Angels, Toronto will hunt that man. Toronto will hunt for that man.
And Major League Baseball needs an international champion.
Yeah.
They need one. The Dodgers, that's the money. Angels off the rip, no problem. The Orioles would be nice. They're overdue.
Tony D, he's
look at that man. Look at that man.
I see you over there.
Look at that man.
I see you over there.
He makes it look effortless.
Shohei is that once in a lifetime type player. Sweet swing.
I'm gonna scare y'all right now. He probably won't go there.
Don't say the Yankees.
No, imagine him with De La Cruz on the same team.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That will be.
Jesus Christ.
Imagine them two on the same squad on a franchise that hasn't been number one yet.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking long range because they're both young, right?
Yeah. Relatively young guys.
That's your two-piece, like what the Mets had, Darryl Strawberry and Dwayne Gooden, like what the A's had with McGuire and Kasenko, like what the Yankees have had with multiple two duos. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Imagine them on the same squad. So he don't go nowhere. De La Cruz leaves Cincinnati, but Cincinnati ain't gonna let him go without pulling every draft pick any team's ever got for the next
crazy, bro. But look at him though, man.
Yeah,
that man hit them home runs. Yo, Matsui style, man. That man is cracking like he knows when he got it.
Yeah, look at
it. And he just chilling. Look, telling you.
Looking like Barry Bonds out there.
Yo, Ohtani's a menace, man. That's a menace to society for real.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Get the man his money. Where you want to go? That's the question.
Yeah.
Where you want to go? But I'm gonna throw it out there myself. Him and De La Cruz, same squad, coming soon. Bananas.
Then look at him. He gets on the pitcher's mound. Come on, man.
Come on. Give him his $600 million.
Oh, what are we doing here, man? What are we doing here? Look at him. Come on, man.
Tony, are you sold?
I'm sold on him.
This man is dangerous, man. I look at him and I remember the last time we had a Japanese pitcher, man. Our pitchers did us.
That was on the Mariners. What's his name?
I'm trying to remember.
Was it Matsuki?
Ichiro, you thinking about?
Ichiro.
There you go, yeah.
Ichiro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's sick right there. That was sick.
It's sick.
That was sick. Right over the bat.
It's sick. I don't know. We're at the 90-minute mark, so
Twitter turning to X.
Oh
yeah, turn to X, man.
Can I tell you guys? I can't even log into my Twitter account right now.
What,
bro?
I can't even log into my Twitter account right now.
There was a girl in our MMA Twitter community, long-standing member, known. She got locked out of her Twitter. Her Twitter account.
I got
And a
locked
couple
out
other people too.
last night. No, 2
Yeah.
nights ago.
You live on it right
Yo,
now, bro.
Did they put you in a password loop?
No, two-factor authentication loop.
Oh, see.
So I got my other account. I got a backup account. I got a late night parent account, Tony D.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, it's I don't know.
Shit is crazy.
It seems
man.
like they want you to pay.
Yes.
So that, I mean, because right now I'm at the point like my everyday account, the real Ted Hicks account, I can't even get in, and I'm just like, you know what?
I'm looking at you right now, bro.
Yeah,
we live on it right now. You can't.
We're
get
live right now.
We got you. We got you.
That's because I got it tied into StreamYard and everything else like that.
Yeah. Multi-streaming platforms. Let's look at that one day. Let's break them down. Let's go around.
We'll look at multi-streaming platforms.
And why they're not connecting to Twitter.
Oh, you know why it's not connecting to Twitter?
No, I do not.
You know why?
I do not, honestly. If it's too late now, we'll do a next go around. But I would love to discuss that.
We'll do that. We'll do that next go around. Mr. B, what's the best ways we can get in contact with you?
Yo, you can find me on Twitter.
New
Year's same B at Mr. B 1986, man. I told you already what happened on my OK Live account. They hated. So I had to redo it, remake it again. So it's the same name though, Mr. B, the same profile picture you can find there. I'm back at it. They let me breathe again, so I'm cool with it. I'm gonna be there. And I hop around from time to time. Whatever fight you want to watch, you can watch me there on OK Live. Woo! As far as other streaming joints, the B-sides of the fight game with your boy Mr. B's on Wednesday, 4:00 Eastern, 1 Pacific. I pop up here on Late Night Parent with Ted and Tone. We got the joint. I gotta hit up Mike because I talked to Mike.
What's going on with
Mike?
Big
Just
Mike?
been enjoying the summer, man. Mike did his travels and Mike chilling with the kids, so I ain't even mad at it.
Yes.
So I told him, so I said, yo, do what you want to do, and when you have the feel, we get back on. I'm here. I'll check up on you. Whatever's going on, man. But he's been well. He's been chilling. You know what I mean? He said he's been feeling the greatest he's felt in quite some time because he had some crazy back pains. He had like crazy pains, but he's just been able to move and do things. So he's just doing a lot with the kids and just trying to work and handle his stuff. So I just said, man, do what you do, bro. But I managed to talk to him. Oh, I talked to him. He says, what's up? I talked to Pace. Pace said, what's up?
Pace was good. Get ready, man.
You know what I mean? I still got my homies, Gary that watches shows with me, and all the people that got locked out of my last account now, they've been following me during the week because I did the Ultimate Fighter streams. So, those are on Tuesdays. So I've been watching those. So people pop up for that joint. And OK Live there. Yo, it's crazy. I was doing those streams, and from episode 1 to 8, I didn't get that many people, like probably less than 200 people. I did episode 9 the other day, and over 400 people popped up to watch that joint.
Wow.
Live. I was like, yo, what the hell's going on here? But man,
maybe
I need a better
maybe it's because you redid the account.
Huh?
Maybe it's because you redid the account.
Maybe. But yeah, a lot of people popped up, man. But it's been good. I hope we get another place where I can do some streaming stuff. You know what I mean? I pray for the Periscope, but ever since this man Elon Musk talking about he's X and all this craziness,
X.
And, I don't know, man. His brain seems to be somewhere else. But that's where I'm at, man. You don't see me here. You see me with Ted and Tone. I gotta pop up on Nonsensical Nonsense today. I made that a mental note on mine, but I be sitting there and I be watching.
And I'm like, yo, rolling.
These dudes are insane.
We had a good time. We had a good time the other night with my man named Dizzy. We had a good time with that episode. That was cool.
Yeah, man. I was sitting there watching. I think I came in at like the 5-hour mark or something like that.
Nah, I was on with the bed that night. Nah, hell,
Oh.
that wasn't me. Nah.
I was on. Yeah, they were on to like 6 hours and change, man.
What?
I said, "Yo, this is crazy," but it was fun. It was a funny ass episode they did. But I was on. I checked a couple of them joints, man. Whenever I'm doing stuff like usually when I'm in here and I'm doing my little scouting reports and stuff like that for the fights. Mm-hmm. I tune in and I watch it. I get a laugh, man, and I'll be like, "Damn, I gotta get on here today." So I'm gonna
because they have fun.
Yeah,
they have fun.
Glick is a menace. Glick is a menace, especially when he's doing the solo joints. Oh my god, yo, he had me dying.
I'm on his ass, son of a bitch.
Because he was talking about some situation he had in the parking lot or something like that. Oh my god! I said, bro.
Yeah, and I talked to him about him doing his own thing. He missed that old vibe, and he needed that. He did need that. He needed to get back to his old self.
So is he doing that is he doing that weekly now?
He's trying to do it weekly. It's pretty much when he gets a topic on his head. He's kind of. I'm not saying he's following me, but we talked about it. I said, listen, just be yourself. Go back to who you was, and it'll rejuvenate you. He needed to do that. He really did. And I'm happy for him. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said,
is he stifled with the panel?
He's not stifled with the panel. He wants me and Jeff around, which we'll always be grateful for. But we actually got on his ass because he tried to get on us talking about what we ain't doing enough of. And I actually told him, do your own thing. See if there's a difference in what you got and then make a decision. There's no disrespect and there's no shade. We ran a hard year, 2 and 3 hours a night. I actually told him at one point, what the hell is we going to talk about? But every broadcast, we always find something else to talk about. That's the best part. So I'm doing 3, 4, 5 shows a week. He'll do a 3. He'll add a 4th. And, as everybody can see, Glick can talk himself to sleep. So I told him to do his own damn thing. I ain't never seen somebody who want to talk so much so bad, don't care how long it takes. I'm like, I get it. I understand because we used to be that bad in college. I kind of feel what he's going through. And look, if you're watching, yes, I'm talking about you. I heard you've been talking about us, and I'm on you. I don't care, son. We can both do this. It don't bother me one damn bit. You ain't got the only mouth on the internet, and everybody else can talk as much as you can, but I'll deal with you later. Anyway, he needs to get that mess out of the system. He needs to do his own thing. It's a good thing for him, what he used to do, what he still wants to do, and he can still be with everybody else in the process. It's all fun. It's all fun. I get it.
Yeah, and big shout out to the brother Information, man, yo. Oh my god.
He been doing that.
Sometimes I take the break and then I tune in and I watch a couple of the shows.
He's deep.
And the other day, man, he got in on that Carly Russell situation. Brother. Oh my god, man. Oh man.
And he been digging. He jumped up on Smoke Show the other week.
He went on that joint. He went on a Passport Bros situation. Some Passport Bros joint a while ago. I checked that on. And I remember he went crazy on Fresh and Fit. He flipped on Fresh and Fit and how Fresh and Fit was moving because they had that dude Nick Fuentes on their show a while back.
Oh,
yeah.
We playing, man. He came on Smoke Show when we was talking about that. I think the Carly Russell thing when it first started too. So big ups to him. He ain't never stopped doing what he's been doing since.
He's been very, very consistent with it.
Yes.
And
Brother Shannon with his local news.
Yeah,
I be seeing everybody up here. I be seeing JoJo when he pop up and do his thing. I try to come in and say, "Yo, what's up?"
Yeah.
So it's all good.
You know what I mean? All good, man. But yeah, I just wanted to get that off there real quick, man. Brother Info been doing this thing, man. I gotta catch on Fireman Rich.
Yes, you gotta catch Fireman Rich. You gotta catch Sunday Night Smoke. Gotta catch Carmen's show. We got to catch Helen's show. Of course, I'm not sure when Bathurst does his shows.
I've actually listened to some of Helen's tunes. She got a little playlist thing going on there.
Yeah, great music, man. She got that synth music.
Yeah, I've caught that. I've caught some of that.
Yeah, she's trying to help those independent musicians out. And big up to her for doing her thing with that. I'm always going to be supportive of her.
That's been my early morning thing. So I've been doing that. Yeah. Also trying to catch the Tony D music. You know what I mean?
When I do them, it's been kind of sporadic.
Yeah, I know. They've been on and off.
You gotta pick a day and a time, Tony. That's all you gotta do.
Stuff changes, bro. Stuff changes for real. I gotta pick a station every now and then outside of the normal schedule.
Day and time.
Working in this heat, I be falling asleep. I take a nap.
But the beautiful thing about whether you use StreamYard or Restream or whatever you're using to capture your video, you could do it behind the scenes. It don't have to be live.
I prefer live. That's my fault.
Record it, have it loaded, set the time. Yo,
Helen
hey, I'm tired.
Helen told me the same thing, but I be trying to be live, man. You know, I like the audience.
No, you like the interaction.
Yes, I have to have the interaction. Motivates me. It does. I can throw my own thing, no problem, but the interaction motivates me for real.
Before we ask Tony D best ways to get in contact with him, I think we've got a full-blown rainstorm out here in Long Island.
Oh, Lord.
JoJo. So it might be coming out to the VA soon.
Yeah. We got something coming over here, too. Yeah.
JoJo, Messi, the MLS, Apple TV, all this other stuff, fear of missing out. I subscribed to Apple TV on Sunday. You ready for this?
Sure.
I paid $6.99. I know. Just follow me. I thought paying the $6.99, I can then not only check out their content, but also see Messi.
Of course.
You can't. You have to then subscribe and pay more money.
They got you.
To see Messi. And I was just like, wait a minute.
Come on, man.
So I want to ask you, do I go ahead and buy the $200 Messi jersey, or do I find my favorite site from Beijing and get that same jersey?
You better call up that Beijing hotline, man. Heck yeah, man. You better call that Beijing hotline, man. And you better put some extra, what you call it? Badges on that thing, man. And
Yo.
Say, we got it. We here.
I said, wait a minute.
It'll be spelled Messi with a Y.
Yo, I'm telling you. I was just like, wait a minute. I said, so I got the $6.99 and I'm looking. I said, okay, the game's about to come on. All right, boom, 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 boom. I'm looking. And I said, wait, they want you to pay more money? I said, y'all got me for this month.
Yeah.
Y'all got me for this month. Y'all got me for the $6.99.
Oh, did you see Paramount Plus went up in the price?
I did not.
I think they went up $2.
Well, they want they're including Showtime and Paramount, or they're putting all of that stuff together. As long as I can watch the Shy.
That's what it is.
As long as I can watch the Shy, I'm good.
There's no more Showtime. There's no more Showtime.
No more Showtime.
No.
Paramount Plus, and I'm almost done. I'm caught up on Strange New Worlds. Actually, I'm on episode 2. I'm about to start episode 3. And I'll be caught up.
You're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, episode 2 was strong. I saw what you and Rich were talking about.
Yes.
Y'all can find me on Linktree, Tony D. Original. I know he's been waiting for this. Ted been trying to go for the past 13 minutes. I'm going to get this over with. You can find me on TikTok, TONYTON19723. You can find me on Twitch, Instagram, and Rumble, TONYTON172. You can find me on Twitter. X at TONYTON163. I didn't say that in the first place. No, I said that in the second place. Other than that, see the Random Multi-Broadcaster, That's DA and then Random Multi-Broadcaster. 2 words.
Yes,
I actually Googled myself. It's up there. Bill King's Fantasy Football League coming soon. Definitely within the next 2 weeks. We got to get ready for the NFL season. We got a lot to look at. Personally, I think within myself, I did not cover the draft entirely, but we got to look at these rosters, then look at the competition. You can find me up here, Late Night Parents, my man Ted Hicks. Ways to find the show, latenightparents.com. You can find me on the Sunday Night Smoke Podcast, my man Ace World. Definitely on Sunday night, 7:30-ish. You can find me on Nonsense School Nonsense Podcast, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'm all over the place, busy with everybody as well as working and trying to maintain being a dad in the process. I tend to do my own thing every now and then when I can, but other than that, find me with the fellas. JoJo, good seeing you, Ted. Appreciate you as always. Thank you.
Likewise, man. Likewise.
Hey, I do have one last question for JoJo. JoJo, is it true that you are picking Dalvin Cook up at the airport and driving him to One Jets Way so that he could sign a contract with the New York Jets this weekend?
Let me tell you something.
Since there's room.
If that's the situation, I'm definitely doing that. I'm taking them there immediately. We're gonna hit the strip clubs and definitely we're gonna go over there, man.
I need you to get a police escort. I need you to get a police escort so y'all can go through the easy pass a little bit faster.
Yep. We taking AA Ron. AA Ron gonna come with us too. AA Ron, definitely. We out there, man. That's a bad man.
We send out our best wishes to Bronny James.
Yes, indeed.
We didn't get to talk about that at all, anything like that.
He's home safe last
So much noise around that.
Yeah, man.
So much noise around that. Hopefully by next week we can talk about it, and then hopefully we can have an educated discussion on it, because right now the noise.
Yeah, it's too much, man. It's too much.
I don't think we got enough information. 18 years old, cardiac arrest concerns the hell out of me. Family didn't want to talk about it. He's home. I personally kind of want to recommend leaving it alone. LeBron and them got enough going on. I don't like what I'm seeing. The conspiracy theories did come out. I almost want to roll with Tyler, too damn young, but I can't. Say that.
It's like, yo, give the family some time, bro.
Come on.
Yeah.
Noisy.
Yeah, man.
Noisy. But want to thank everyone for coming through, listening through whatever mechanism that you're using to listen to it.
Big up the Random Rick Reviews.
Yep. Listen to it live, and for the archive viewers and listeners, we show you utmost support. We're out.
Peace.
Peace out, y'all.